There it is.
I have an announcement.
Yes.
I won an iRacing race.
Yay.
Mazda Cup at Laguna Seca. Started third. Took the lead in one.
And
Led every lap.
And that is how we start tonight, with a celebration of Jacob Eichholz's iRacing victory. Yay.
Yay.
You did a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
And now once I get this car into the game, we will be set. Alright, good job on the car. Nice black and red 38 machine.
It's a field filler. In a series that probably doesn't need field fillers.
Eh. Oh well. Alright, greetings, everybody. Welcome to the 2018 FARC Super Series season opener, a 50-lap feature at the Remembrance Field in San Antonio, Texas, a private edit of the Taylor Swift Superdome, with much, much less Taylor Swift.
Thankfully. Boo.
Yeah.
Yay.
Get good, Ryan.
Yeah, forgot to switch to the game view.
Watch that.
Alright, we're gonna start things off with a 10-minute group qualifying session. After which, we will do an invert based on a dice roll.
Oh.
So once that's done and over with, we will move on to the race. First car coming onto the track looks like Ralph West in the 87. For the recently expanded Wild West Racing, owned by his father James West. His teammates will be his father in the 69 and Jason Bates in the 51. Next car on track, Matt Pearson in the 12, teammate to his father Andy Pearson, who won last year's opener in controversial fashion, spinning out the entire front row on the first lap. Hopefully we won't have shenanigans like that this year, though considering this is FARC. We probably will. Who knows? Hello to everybody in the chat. Ender XYMs, however you say that. We've had a crash already.
Someone's dead.
Oh, it's Wes Murray. No one cares.
a bit of a conflict coming out of the pit lane between Wes Murray and Hamilton Porteau. But this should not affect them otherwise, because during practice we have magical wizards employed to instantly fix everybody's car for free.
When I run the Europe series, I actually keep track of all the incidents that happen, and if they don't have a backup car, I'm just like, yeah, they're done for the weekend. Or if they blow up once or twice in qualifying, it's like, yeah, they didn't have an extra engine. They withdrew.
Ender Sims, thank you. Floyd Fantien, Soul Commentary, or group, like, in testing. I'll probably interject with some commentary here and there, but the rest of the people in here are free to speak otherwise. Salty Pickle is evidently a cat. First confirmed FARC fan to be a cat. Congratulations.
I'll take him to the vet, okay? Okay, give me a sec. Let me take him to the vet. Where is my man's Kenny George?
Kenny George is 10th so far. Armand Delpere is on the provisional poll with 6 minutes and 20 seconds left in the session.
He's not doing good.
Siege, you did rate the 38, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. I was just making sure.
But it doesn't
Damn it, I
really,
forgot.
it doesn't really matter because the C class is just 40-60.
Oh, that makes it easy then.
Ben Worthington is 25th so far.
Damn it, I forgot if I have Truman Nelson in the Super Series.
You do
You
not.
do.
But,
Okay, good.
I hear crashing. What's going on?
You hear smoke.
I hear smoke.
So, what's going on?
FARC Super Series at San Antonio. So this will be the official canon race. So qualifying is in session right now. About 5 minutes left. Then I will sort them out in Save Game Editor, and then do an invert with a roll of the die.
Alright, we all guys.
Hello, Trek.
Oh no, party's over.
God damn.
I don't have much time. I'm on my last break.
Well, Trek, your team is not doing too bad after Phyllis Theodore finished last in the 2017 points. She is currently on pole. Armand Delpere holds the pole.
Huh.
Adam, will all FARC Super Series be live on your YouTube page this year? That is what I am thinking of doing for the Super and Truck Series. Just streaming the races live. I think that would be neat.
Something different.
Yeah. Armand Delpere hits the pit lane. Trying to make an adjustment to protect that pole? Maybe.
Hey, Sage, how long is those races are?
This race will be 50 laps.
I was referring like as in like time, but because I may be able to catch the end of the.
Oh, I don't know how long the race is going to be as far as time goes.
I did it in like 20 minutes.
Also, if anybody else that's watching the stream out here wondering what happened to 2015 Super Series season, you can blame me for that.
Oh well. Things happen.
History is history. We already know who won the championship anyway.
Ender Sims, IDK if he's doing Walfus. I'll be juggling Walfus and FARC for the most part, like I always have.
Your mic's open. Not you, Siege.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Did you hear what I just said?
No.
Okay.
I've got a Walfus short that still have to animate a couple more shots for, and then that'll be done.
I did a 50 lap race with 8 miles, and I think it took about 20 minutes.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too long.
Nice to see my other man's Hugh Patrick is not last, apparently.
Yes, Hugh Patrick is 28th, being trailed only by Davis Harrington.
God, Truman Nelson really amped up his team this year. He might actually win a race.
Oh no.
Please don't let that happen. I don't have enough Tommy Wiseau quotes.
Gabe, everything you do is a gimmick. Why? Why?
Because the gimmicks are the flavor of life, you dumb.
Because when everything is a gimmick, then nothing is.
Exactly, this man get it.
Hey Gabe, you know what your team should do? The hauler driver should protest the team and shut the team down.
Oh, we got a crash.
That's their only that's their only hauler driver. They can't get a new one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Wes Murray causing more trouble.
They shut down the team like your country, Gabe.
No! Don't remind me of that!
2017 champ Bobby Porteau, not as far up in the order as he would like. He's stuck down in 10th.
He's trapped.
No, but his Master Cup career was.
But Siege,
Oh,
he's
yeah,
just an
well,
AI. How do you know what he wants?
Oh, look
Yeah,
at my
I shouldn't go around assuming like that.
Kenny George, look at him. I can't wait for him to not win anything.
He will never win anything ever again.
He just wins at Daytona and just crashes the rest of the season and does nothing.
I didn't know the Daytona curse was still a thing.
Apparently it is. It's just a little more selective in who it affects now.
Yeah, like I think Kenny George like flipped at least 3 races in a row. Was that or he retired 3 races in a row in the? I think it was the chase.
Yeah, I remember him sucking complete ass in the FARC off.
Okay.
He wins at Daytona. We get to the FARC off, and he just farts off.
And that's qualifying over with. Fast qualifier is Armand Dilper. He was never challenged throughout the session, but who knows if he'll keep that after the invert. Alright, please stand by while I get the grid ready.
Drivers, to your cars.
I think moving Kenny George down to the Super Series was not a good move. I thought like, oh no, there may be less competition. I was wrong.
Well, no, I mean, there is less competition. The only difference is in it, he decided to
He's just
take
as
himself
bad.
down to the level of the competition.
So I'm going to write down fast qualifier in the schedules thread on EFR so that I remember who it is, and so I can give him the bonus points.
Woohoo!
So was this track made with like that Dodge Stadium track from the EA NASCAR games in mind?
Sure looks like it.
Most
Yeah,
likely.
the creator said it was inspired by that. And the other skin that was made for it besides the Taylor Swift one was a Dodge Stadium.
AJ Young, how did you qualify in the top 20?
AJ Young, amazing the commentator since 2008, or whenever he showed up on the scene.
I think it was in Canada in 2001.
Wow,
I didn't realize the canon existed in 2001.
Wow, he appeared before NR03 even came out.
Man, oh man.
But it was in his backstory on TMpedia.
I know.
Okay.
Alrighty, I have the field sorted out in Save Game Editor. Armand Delpere, fast qualifier. Isaac Leitner, second. Andy Pearson, third. And Porto, Tim Burkhalter, Carson Crompton, Phyllis Theodore. Up to seventh, again finished last in 2017 points. And it's Wes Murray, Melissa Whitley, who won 2 races. Matt Pearson, Bobby Porto, Mike Malone, Kenny George, James West, Neil Miller, Dom Forrest, Christopher Holter, Chris Crompton, AJ Young, Kenny Brillin, Jason Bates, Ricky McKenzie, Chris Henke Panky, Ralph West, Taylor Brillin, Harv Henry, Ben Worthington, Hugh Patrick, and Davis Harrington, bringing up the rear of the field, but he could start on the pole if the dice roll ends up in his favor. So here's how this works. I'm going to roll a pole sitter. We'll roll a die here on random.org. If it comes up with a 1, there is no invert, and Armand Delpere will keep the number 1 starting position. If it rolls a 2, the first 2 rows are inverted, which means that Hamilton Porto will start on the pole. If it's a 3, first 3 rows. If 4, first 4 rows. 5, the first 5 rows will be inverted. And a 6 will be a complete field invert. So,
Field invert hype.
let's see what happens. We roll a 1.
No invert.
No invert. Armand Delpere keeps the number 1 starting spot. Sorry for the anticlimax. That's how it is.
This doesn't look random to me.
To your cars.
Please stand by for the start of the race. Please rise, remove your hats, blah, blah, blah.
But I'm not wearing a hat.
Hashtag please sit.
I'm not retiring anything. I'm not removing anything. Let me keep my hat. My hair looks like shit.
Hashtag stand or else.
Yes. And here we go. Armand Delpere leads them to the start. Isaac Leitner in Gravity Racing's return to the Super Series, starting in second. Andy Pearson third. Hamilton Porto in fourth. And Tim Burkhalter and Carson Crompton, both new to the series, in row 3. Green flag in the air. And it's a very even start between the the front row, but Leitner
Someone get going.
jumps out to the lead.
Watch Leitner
Dilpair turned
There's
into turn
someone-
3.
Oh, we're wrecking.
Oh,
We're wrecking.
oh, here we go. Oh, dead. That's it. Dead.
Big first lap crash involving Andy Pearson, Jason Bates. A couple cars getting caught up there. And stuck behind this wreck, Brillin and Worthington. Looks like AJ Young might have damaged. Is he smoking? Well, he's certainly struggling to get that car back up to speed. Yes, smoke coming from the 26. AJ Young, after his top 20 qualifying effort, will not even make a lap.
All is right with the world. Oh, you don't want to tell me, Kate. God damn it!
You know, Pierce Kenny George is also involved. Sorry, Gabe.
Yeah, the bad look. Yep, the bad look continues.
Rip
That
Jay Barker. Rip Pearson. Hashtag go away, old man. Yeah. I want these old veterans to clear out so we can get more iRacing kids in here.
I look at Matt Pearson and the only thing I say is, put that gun in your mouth, you went the real chew.
Yeah, we need more Caden Beckett and less Andy Pearson. Make it happen.
Oh God, stop.
Well, looks like Tim Burkhalter may have broken down after taking the green. Doesn't look like that had anything to do with the incident. So, Andy Pearson got into the back of Armand Dilpair. Dilpair with a terrible start, and he was just a sitting duck to Pearson's wrath. But, fortunately, Dilpair got away with it. Lost a couple of spots, though. Pearson gets sent up into the wall, back down into traffic.
Yeah, Pearson definitely got the worst of that.
No!
Just barely.
Damn it, he almost made it.
Brillin did get a pretty big chunk of that.
Ha, had to be the idiot. There,
And the 33.
What's with those 50? What's with that 53? Those numbers take up the whole door.
How in the hell both of my cars get involved in the same crash? That only happens with me.
Oh, 53 missed the wreck. Picked up a few free spots.
That car looks awful. Those numbers.
Sorry.
Whose car is that?
That's one of Undying Light's cars. One of the Master Sport cars.
Oh, okay, so it's not a big loss then.
And we rejoin the live feed just in time for the restart.
Oh, look at my 50. It looks so beautiful. It looks so goddamn dead.
And then it's gonna drop off the pace immediately.
Yeah, exactly. He's just gonna like get wrecked by Pearson.
Restart, lap 7. Hamilton Porteau all over the back of the 71. Carson Crompton follows on the bottom. And Porteau's going to take the lead pretty effortlessly. Crompton trying for second.
God, look at that car holding up the entire pack.
Let's take a look a little further back.
I just realized we have an all-star booth in here right now.
Oh, really?
Well, you got Scott Bush on the commentary, and then doing color, you've got Ryan Matthews, Jacob Eichels, and Gabriel Messana.
Sorry, guys, you aren't getting paid for any of this.
That's okay.
Sucks to
What?
suck.
I have the extends money. Screw that.
Porteau making
I'm gonna use the Nelson PK poster as a canonical Gabriel Messana poster.
And that
Gabe.
one guy that did the Super Series that never finished it.
Gabe, needing extends for anything. I sure hope you don't.
And we got another caution.
Wait, what?
Ralph West in trouble. Let's see what happened.
Wait, what? My
You needing extends at all. Why?
No, it's because it's a joke that we came up earlier today. That's like Nelson Gage are selling extends. So if you scroll up general a bit, you're gonna see that I made a Nelson PK Jr. extends post.
But you're a
Yeah,
robot,
yeah,
you
yeah,
don't need
Yeah,
extend.
stop working.
Oh, Ricky McKenzie blew up right in the
Boink.
path of Ralph West.
Look at that, it's beautiful.
A big hit for the 9-2.
Oh, and he dead.
McKenzie, West, and Brillin are all out. In a much smaller wreck than the first incident, but with a much bigger casualty rate. AJ Young was the only car to drop out of the first incident. So what's supposed to be a 50-lap race is gonna feel like 500 at this rate.
I actually am gonna put that goddamn Nelson PK image on one of the neck track edits. Probably like Beltsville.
Nice. Alright, running order during this caution. Hamilton Porteau, Carson Crompton, Isaac Leitner, Phyllis Theodore, Melissa Whitley, Bobby Porteau, Armand Dilpair, Mike Malone, Wes Murray, Christopher Holter. Rounding out the top 10, surprisingly, in the Salvation Racing entry. Matt Pearson, 11th. 12th is Kenny Brillin. 13th, Neil Miller. 14th, Chris Crompton. 15th, Dom Forrest. 16th, James West. 17th is Chris Henke. 18th is Ben Worthington. 19th, Harv Henry. 20th, Davis Harrington. Slowest car in qualifying is a crack to the top 20, not without the help of a little attrition. Hugh Patrick 21st, Jason Bates 22nd, the last car on the lead lap, and then the 3 cars running off the lead lap are 23rd, Kenny George, 24th, Andy Pearson, and 25th, Tim Burkhalter is the last car running. Will Grand Detour make an appearance this year? No, it will not.
My trash mobile's outpacing the legit car.
But we do have at least one death trap this year in 7077, which will be on both the Low Dollar Series and Truck Series schedules, so there's that to look forward to. Getting ready for the restart. Pace cars pulled off the track. Hamilton Porteau trying to defend his lead from newcomer Carson Crompton. And there's the green. Clean getaway for Hamilton Porteau, leaving the rest of the field to deal with lap traffic, led by Kenny George.
God, he's so slow.
Well, maybe he shouldn't have wrecked. But did he think about that? No.
Me.
No, he's taking a hatchet to the leaders. Oh, Melissa Whitley into the back of the 50.
No.
Yeah, she wasn't going to any of that. And of course, it took herself out, so kind of karmic retribution.
There goes my hero.
There goes my hero. Watch him as he wrecks.
Oh God, that wasn't even subtle. The car just gets into his life.
What the hell?
Well, Bobby Porteau and Kenny Brillin got a piece of that. Looks like Christopher Holter did a pretty good job to avoid piling in, but he lost a lot of spots as a result of that.
Frank gave McLeod.
And Kenny George has ended up in the pits once again.
Watch him still finish the race.
Apparently, only Kirby Savage on stage at SmackDown.
Yeah, I heard that.
What was that?
The Sadlers are backstage at WWE.
Oh boy.
Anyway, burp.
Elliot Sadler's looking for someone to be mad at.
Looks like Kenny Berlin has dropped out. It didn't look like a huge hit to the 20, but I must have busted something on these cheap cars.
That come apart very easily.
But the beauty of being cars being cheap is that they're inexpensive to fix.
You just need to throw enough duct tape.
Yes, you just need enough Q-Trim duct tape. Q-Trim, official sponsor of this live stream, but they don't know it yet. I will be contacting them shortly to ask them for money. Uh-oh, second place car in trouble. Carson Crompton diving for the pits.
Kenny George is gonna make it to the top 20 just because everybody's ahead of him is gonna die.
We'll keep an eye on the situation of the 48 as Isaac Leitner slides right into second.
We're already almost halfway through the race. How many green flag laps have we had?
Maybe 4.
3.5.
And this just in, Kenny George has dropped out of the race after his second major
No!
incident.
No!
Uh-oh, lapped car Andy Pearson coming in to the pits. Following the pace car almost cut off the 42. But luckily nothing happened. This is going to put Tim Burkhalter as the only car on the inside line come to the restart.
My hero is dead. Time to look at Neil Green with you back.
Green flag, lap 23. Chris Crompton is out of the pits, looking like he didn't lose a lap, trying to make up some ground. Getting around the back markers.
Who I'm sure are loving this TV time.
Hey, any TV time for these back markers is good because if you think about it, these guys really want the exposure.
The exposure to the maybe 5 people watching this stream.
At the moment it's 16, so it's a pretty good number.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do this in character. Darn it!
In real life, there would be only 16 people watching anyway.
Yeah, Siege, at one point you're up to like, I think 21.
Oh, cool. So. And Bobby Porto slicing his way through the field. Melissa Whitley holding down third, but not for long at this rate. In the meantime, Hamilton Porto is checked out, opening up a 1.5 second lead over Isaac Leitner. Up to 1.8 seconds now.
And I think this is the longest green flag run you've had yet.
Yeah, probably. Isaac Leitner trying to... Oh, he's closing in as the leaders hit lap traffic.
God, the 53 is so slow.
It would be slower than my trash mobile.
Porto's got a clean track in front of him once again.
It's gonna open like a 2-second difference at this point.
Whitley's opened up a gap over Porto at this point. Mike Malone settling into 5th, getting held up by the 44. Ooh, almost gets piled into by Phyllis Theodore.
Oh. We are not gonna finish this race under green, are we?
Contact between the 12 and 54. Wes Murray, despite his antics in practice, has had a pretty respectable showing in this race so far.
Here's a question to Hamilton Porto win any races last season? I
Yes,
don't
he
recall.
did.
Okay, I was about to say is like this. The taste of victory is something Hamilton Porto has often never experienced.
Battle for second. Isaac Leitner trying to hold off Melissa Whitley. Whitley looks like she's trying to put the bumper to him. Oh, she turns him. Oh, Leitner did not like that one bit. He hangs on to second somehow.
Ooh.
Should have wrecked her.
And that's going to bring Porto a little closer.
Hey, little bumper
The actually
never hurt
successful
anybody.
one. Although he's in the Super Series now, so how much more successful was he? I said Bobby Porto, the more successful Porto brother, but he's in the Super Series now, so how much more successful was he?
Well,
Hey, he spent more time in Master Cup than I did. So.
Wait, when the hell did Bobby Porto run Master Cup?
2011.
2011.
Yeah, it was him and Everett and like Rick Milligan.
Rick Milligan.
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, he ran like shit, so
Yeah, so did
no
everybody
need
else.
to remember.
Oh, okay. Whitley's in
Milligan
trouble.
was
She
like-
dives into the pits from third.
Actually, if I'm not mistaken, he was still like he was top 20 in points.
Yeah, he was top 20 in points. Like, he was very consistent while Ethan Everett just died.
And Bobby Porto now takes second as Leitner gets held up by the 69.
If I'm not mistaken, Rick Milligan
Nice,
was like
nice.
the trash SAR team, wasn't they?
I believe so. That I do remember.
Or they were until Daytona happened.
But then they all wrecked, so who cares?
Yeah, everyone wrecked in that race, so everyone was trash. And I think Whitmore actually finished in the top 5 of them. You know what? Let me check that.
Actually, I've been informed that I was mistaken. Both Porto and I lasted a year each.
GJ.
10 laps to go.
But
10
at
laps
least
to
you
go.
got
Porto.
Independence Trophy, right?
But I say Matthews is still in Independence Trophy.
Yeah, I'm still hanging around. I like Porto.
Yeah, Bobby Porto finished 22nd in the 2011 championship after starting 17 races, so he missed all the special events. He scored one top 5 the whole year.
And now all
Didn't all the SARs like fail to qualify for Carial that year too?
Oh, wait a minute.
Tremwell.
Actually, looking up, I've just been whispered in my ear that Bobby Porto had a stint in the Michelin Sun 74 in 2012. So he basically had 2 years in Cup instead of.
Well,
that
whatever he's managed to get, he's stuck in late models now.
Yep.
How the mighty have fallen.
Define mighty.
He ran into Master Cup.
Hamilton Porto, in the meantime, is about to lap 9th place Armand Dilper. Speaking of having fallen, Dilper.
2 words. Daytona curse.
What about Armand Mitro?
Who?
You know who I'm talking about.
Christopher Holters made his way back up into 10th, I see. Oh, he's a lap down now, so it's not like he's going to do much better than that. Christopher Holter carrying a crap ton of Christian and patriotic details on that 316 car. Oh, shoot. I forgot to update his paint scheme where I stuck #blessed on the rear bumper.
White flag.
Oh, yes. White flag last time around for Hamilton Porteau, and he puts 6th place Mike Malone a lap down for good measure. Hamilton Porteau takes the checkered flag in the first FARC race of the season. Super Series action, 50 lapper at Remembrance Field.
Remembrance Field.
Kenny George didn't win. The race is 0 out of 10.
Oh, the 38 got 17th. Okay.
Please stand by while we calculate points, although honestly it's not going to be that much different than the race results. Alright, got the points calculated. Hamilton Porteau on top of the standings as expected because he won the season opener. So Bobby Porteau second, Leitner third, Phyllis Theodore fourth. Already off to a much better start than last year. Hopefully she will not be the one to finish last. Armand Delpere, by virtue of winning the pole, gained 10 bonus points and jumped up a couple more spots than he would otherwise be. It's Chris Crompton, Mike Malone, Matt Pearson, Wes Murray, Christopher Holter rallied back to finish 10th. Jason Bates, Carson Crompton, Neil Miller, Chris Hanky Panky, Tom Forrest, James West, Ben Worthington, Tim Burkhalter, Andy Pearson, Harv Henry, Melissa Whitley, Davis Harrington, Hugh Patrick, Kenny Berlin, Kenny George, Taylor Brillin, Ralph West, Ricky McKenzie, and bringing up the rear of the field after the first race is AJ Young. Though to be fair to him, he got wrecked. He wasn't slow, at least as slow as some of these other guys. So that wraps up the FARC Super Series season opener. The next FARC video will likely be the Low Dollar Series season preview.
I still need to get the other two 77s to you.
I actually did a placeholder 77 where I just ported over the M&J Handmore car from last year.
Oh, actually, that works perfectly.
Okay.
Hey, wait a minute. You didn't tell me that was a Handmore car.
No, Jacob Card is running that
Oh,
car as well.
Okay.
Hey, Ryan, you got something against Handmore?
Jacob, you know damn well what it is, and we don't need to discuss it.
Oh no. Matt Mills is back on the entry list in Xfinity
Oh, gee.
in the 15.
Alright, on that bombshell, thank you all for tuning in. I will be live streaming the Super Series and Truck Series races for all of 2018 most likely, as well as Low Dollar Series qualifying sessions. So have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
No, you.
Bye.